Ever wanted to play as the bad guys in Golden Axe? Well, now you can. Sort of. You see, in the DOS version, every character and enemy has its own sprite file. Hero.spr is Axe Battler. Amazon.spr is Tyrus Flare. Dwarf is Gilius Thunderhead. The rest of the enemies all have their own files. Bones is the skeleton, Big Guy is the armored enemy, Death is Death Adder, and Dragon is, well, the dragon. So here's what you do. First, make a backup of all these files. I just created a folder called Backup. Then, pick the enemy you want to play as. I'll use Big Guy. Don't delete the enemy file. You still need it. If it's missing, the game will crash. Now delete the player's original file. Here I also have an extra .bak file, so I'll delete that as well. Just ignore it if you don't have one. Finally, rename the copied enemy file to the player's file name. If your operating system is set to show file extensions, like mine is, you only need to change the file name. Leave the extension exactly as it is. As you know, Golden Axe can be a bit glitchy in DOSBox, so the first thing I'm going to do is increase the CPU cycles to around 20,000. Then I'll launch the game. Spoiler alert, it comes with a couple of side effects. Whoops! A copy of yourself gets stuck in front of you. There are also a few color swaps. On the plus side, some enemies are invincible when you play as them, like this chicken we all know and love. One thing to keep in mind is that every enemy has slightly different movement speed. Because of that, they also have different input lag. So don't be surprised if some enemies that are supposed to be really powerful end up feeling like a pain in the ass. One last thing that's worth mentioning. Your original character's magic and sound effects carry over to whichever enemy you swap into. So yeah, it's a fun little trick to try out, but I'd still rather play the game the classic way, especially since the DOS version is actually a pretty solid port. I hope you enjoyed this guide. If you'd like to see more original retro gaming videos, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel.